Hey, all my Cancer friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Teri Hunter. I'm an intuitive astrologer and tarot card reader, and I'm here today with your February 2025 Love and Money Tarot card reading. This is based on Cancer Sun, so all you need to know is your birth date. And I'm going to do two separate spreads, one based on love, the other based on material resources, aka money. When I'm looking at love, I'm not just looking for intimate love. I'm looking for the feeling of love, not just in relationship again, but in community, in family, with friends, etc. So let's jump right in and see how or what Spirit has to say about love for the month of February 2025 for my Cancer sons. In the foundational position, we have the Wheel of Fortune. In the opportunity or the obstacle, we have the Devil. In the Angel's Advice, we have the Ace of Wands. And in the final position, we have the Emperor. This is an interesting energy because as I am recording this, Mars is in the house of Cancer, retrograde, and Mars doesn't do well in Cancer. It feels a little cranky and a little out of sorts. The Wheel of Fortune in the foundational position is saying things are changing. The reason I'm telling you that Mars is in Cancer is because of the Devil card and the Emperor. I'll get to that in a minute. But the Wheel of Fortune is very much indicates how life is secular. Things come up and they go down. This too shall pass comes to mind because in the opportunity or the obstacle is the Devil card, which represents Capricorn and the potential fears, trepidations, not being able to see the solution, not being able to feel the solution. This to me somehow indicates that you are feeling somewhat in a cycle of unsuredness. The angels are saying that there's a new beginning that is happening this spring. And at this time, you are being tasked to be a bit of an independent adventurer. The Emperor rules Aries and the sign of the planet Mars. So something is coming into the material, but it is not here yet. If you are currently in a relationship or you're in a situation where you are, let's say we're talking about the love of family. Let's say we're talking about the love of community. Cancer, I think you're going to have to adopt a bit of an independent attitude right now in order to shift things versus falling into a dutiful, restricting, and limiting situation or habit, because the Wheel of Fortune is giving you an opportunity for things to change. And we see the serenity on this woman's face, and it's not lost on me that she's wearing a red tie on her head because the red represents that sense of security that love gives us, that sense of feeling as if someone has your back, that you're not all alone. But here somewhere there's an attachment to fears, to some kind of authority that's holding you tethered to something. And it does feel like an emotional fear because Spirit is offering this inspiration in the form of the fiery passion of the Ace of Wands. So something's going to come in. The Ace of Wands is also the springtime. And I think that's further evidenced by this emperor. Now, the emperor rules Aries and the planet Mars. And by default, this looks to me as if I'm sitting on the throne, being the commander of where I am right now. And so there's a faith that's going to be attached to something going on. If you have been experiencing disruption around you or in your relationships, this could be Mars's transit through the house of your sun, the sun representing our ego and how we shine our light out into the world. And this is to offer you an opportunity that's temporary and maybe to adopt a bit of an independent attitude or spending a little more time with yourself versus trying to potentially heal something or fix it right now. Give it a little air. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. All right, my Cancers, let's go on to your resources and money for the month of February 2025. While I'm shuffling, I'm just going to tell you that tomorrow, January 29th, I will be from from 3 to 5 p.m. Pacific time, I will be doing live readings on my YouTube channel where you can ask a specific question focused on your needs. This will go in order, first come, first serve, and those that donate into the super chat will move up in the line. And we did this last moon cycle when we had our full moon in Capricorn, and it was a lot of fun. So I hope you can join. Now, it was a full moon in Cancer. I'm sorry, I was wrong. Full moon in Cancer. Okay. Your resources for my Cancer sons for the month of February. In the foundational position, we have the 5 of Swords. In the opportunity, the obstacle, we have the Wheel of Fortune. This was just in your other reading. This is significant. In the Angel's Advice, we have the Knight of Pentacles. And in the final position, we have the 5 of Cups. This is a time that's kind of interesting. The 5 of Swords represents some sort of disagreement again. And I hate to harp on it, but when you have Mars traveling through your sign, something gets kicked up, especially when Mars is not feeling happy. Mars is in detriment in Cancer. No, it's in fall. Sorry. And when a planet is in fall, it doesn't feel respected. It doesn't feel heard. So this 5 of Swords is an energy where I win the argument, but I don't win favor. I don't really win. I don't really win the argument because all I get is sort of a resentment on the other side. The Wheel of Fortune is here again, and now we see the Knight of Pentacles, which is really offering you an opportunity to look into the earth plane of what you're creating. Sometimes when it comes to money, like there's a timing issue. When it comes to resources, there's a timing issue of something. Because I almost wonder if for some reason you're thinking about trying to birth more money, but the timing is not necessarily correct, because there is something here about loss and sorrow at the end of this. And if I didn't know better, and I know not every Cancer is an entrepreneur or works for themselves, but it almost feels like if I've been contemplating raising my rates, or I've been contemplating asking for a raise, or I've been contemplating doing something, it's not exactly the right timing for it, because people may still be in shell shock from our recent financial dynamics, aka inflation, and you may inadvertently feel a sense of sorrow or regret about doing it. It doesn't mean that you cannot create resources for yourself later on in the year. We're having the planet Venus that rules money moving into, she's in Pisces, then she's going to move into Aries, and then she's going to retrograde back into Pisces. And that could have something to do with this feeling of the timing is not good for pushing on some kind of abundant jump. I know that sounds random to say abundant jump, but if you're going to raise your rates, ask for a raise, wait. Not a good month. February is not a good month for that. I'll feel loss. All right, sorry about that. Didn't sound too much fun, but then again, the opportunity for money is coming later, a little later in the year. And let me say this for my Cancers. The Jupiter is moving through Gemini right now, which is the sign that precedes you. When Jupiter moves into Cancer, even for Cancer sons, there's going to be an expansion and opportunity for wealth. This will start in June of 2025 and go all the way until June 2026 or thereabouts. So I think this is a timing issue. If you're inadvertently feeling a sense of anxiousness to move forward, maybe this is more about continuing to strategize and looking at all the pieces you're putting together and make sure that your wheel has all the equipment it needs to roll forward effortlessly, because there is money coming. Okay. That's it for February 2025 for my Cancers. Thank you so much for listening. Please like, please subscribe, please share, and I'll be back next month. And be sure to look for your Cancer February monthly horoscope. Those will be out shortly. Thanks, everybody. See you soon.